Everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis Rose and I am the owner of the brand Alexis Rose Design. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and my blog alexisrosedesign.com, sharing all of my Cricut tips and tricks, as well as tips on how to actually use your Cricut to start making money. All of that information will be in the description below, so make sure that you check it out. You might have found this video because you just got a Cricut as a gift, maybe for Christmas, Hanukkah, or any other December holidays that you celebrate, or maybe you've had one sitting in the box for months and you have absolutely no idea where to begin. I am here to help you. Starting this week, I am going to be posting for as long as it takes for me to get all of the information out there, 2 Cricut for Beginner videos a week. One video will be a project, much like today, and the other video will be a look at Design Space. So if you are totally new to Cricut, you feel overwhelmed, maybe a little bit anxious, you might feel like you're in over your head, I want you to make sure that you're following me on Instagram. And I also have a video, which I'll put here, I'll put somewhere on the screen, as well as in the description below, for you to access. It is a beginner's look at Cricut Design Space. So once you understand the software a little bit better, this will be much easier for you. Today I'm going to be bringing you through everything vinyl. So when you first got your Cricut, or maybe you've had it for a while, like I said, you probably already had an idea of what you were thinking about doing with your Cricut. So there are a couple of different really basic projects like vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, sticker making, paper crafting, that pretty much everyone who has a Cricut should at some point know how to do, because you're probably going to want to customize, personalize various different items. So today is all about vinyl. Vinyl is one of the main reasons that people actually buy a Cricut, because vinyl can be used to pretty much personalize any smooth surface. For example, Starbucks cups. I have a leftover one from Halloween. Starbucks cups you can personalize with vinyl because it's a smooth surface. You can also personalize pretty much anything like glass or acrylic, wood signs, anything that you can think of that has a smooth surface, you can use vinyl on. Anytime you see a window decal for a car, it's 1000% made of vinyl. So like I said, any smooth surface you can use vinyl for. So I'm going to be explaining today a couple of the things that you need to actually start vinyl crafting, and I am going to walk you through the process from Cricut Design Space to all of the products that I show you and discuss today will be linked in the description below. So if you're looking for the specific products that I use, make sure that you check that out. So first of all, what is vinyl? Where do you buy it? And what type should you buy? So vinyl is essentially a very smooth, sticky surface that you can use, like I've said, to personalize anything that has a smooth surface. There are 2 different types of vinyl. There is permanent adhesive vinyl and there is removable adhesive vinyl. Permanent you're going to want to use on anything that it will come off of easily if you ever got in a situation where you needed to remove the vinyl. You do not want to put permanent vinyl on freshly painted walls or something that it could damage. You would rather use the removable vinyl for that. But permanent does not mean that it is permanent forever and ever. Typically the wear is about 5 to 8 years. It could last longer, it could last less, but basically permanent means permanent unless you are purposely trying to remove it. There are tons of different brands of vinyl, but I promise you, if you stick with me, you will appreciate the advice that I give you. We love Cricut. I love my Cricut Maker. I love my Cricut Explore Air 2, but Cricut vinyl is not it. Trust me when I say that you want to stay as far away as you possibly can from. So what do we like at Alexis Rose Design? We love Oracle. Oracle is a brand that they now sell at Michael's. You can also get it on Amazon and other websites as well. And I use Oracle 651. 651 is the permanent vinyl that Oracle makes. They also have 631, which is a removable vinyl. And the only difference really is the adhesive backing. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to put this in your Cricut and your Cricut's going to cut it out. Then you're going to weed away the excess and you will be left with the sticky backing that will be applied to any surface. So when you peel the vinyl away from the backing, you'll see that there is a non-sticky carrier sheet as well as the sticky adhesive vinyl. If you just got your Cricut and you're like, I don't know what colors I need or what I want, I highly recommend buying a bundle off of Amazon. I purchased this bundle and I don't have all of the colors left. I've kind of worked through some of them, where I got a sample of every single color of Oracle vinyl that Oracle makes. So I was able to order that sample pack. It was about $40 and I got a really good look at what these colors actually look like in person. If you've been to Michael's and you've seen the Cricut section, you've probably seen that the Cricut vinyl is so pretty. They have glitter and holographic, but I'm telling you, stay away. Instead, try out TeckWrap. TeckWrap makes gorgeous holographic shiny metallic vinyl. They have a ton of different types of vinyl that you can purchase on their website as well as Amazon. This is the only specialty vinyl that I've ever found that is extremely long lasting and high quality. I also really like Expressions vinyl. I will put the link for them in the description below, and they sell really nice patterned vinyl. I do find that their patterned vinyl is a little bit more challenging to work with than the TeckWrap and my Oracle, but it is good quality and it will last. So what do you actually need when it comes to making vinyl decals and applying them? The first thing that you need for all of your Cricut projects is a mat. This is the standard green mat that my machine came with. They make a couple of different types of mats, but the standard green. Then obviously you need your vinyl, whether it is a sheet or a roll. I recommend that you cut it to size before applying it to your mat. You also need a weeding tool. We are going to go into weeding once I show you the demonstration of the vinyl decal project. Scissors are helpful, and you will also need a scraper. Once you're done weeding your design, and all weeding is you're pulling away the excess vinyl to just leave the design behind that you want to apply to your surface, you're gonna need transfer tape to actually remove the vinyl from that white carrier sheet that I showed you and apply it to your surface. Let's head over to Cricut Design Space and I'm going to show you what you need to do before you get all of your materials ready, and then we're going to actually make our project. Before we can actually start making our project, we need to go into Design Space and finalize the design as well as the sizing for our project. I am going to be making a Valentine's Day wood sign. I found the wood sign at Target and I just want to add a decal to it to spice it up. So the first thing that you're going to do is open up a new canvas. Now I like my canvas with white space, but if you wanted to change that, you would just go into the top left-hand corner, go into settings, and you'll be able to adjust the canvas grid. You can do full grid, partial grid, no grid. I will do full grid for the purpose of this video. So anything that you put onto your Design Space screen, whether it is a shape, an image, or text, your Cricut's going to want to cut that. So just a very quick, I could add T there. Maybe I could spell text correctly. That would be helpful. So a quick tip that I use to see exactly where my Cricut is going to cut is if you change the color of your shape or your text to a lighter color. I just go up to the top left-hand corner next to line type. You'll see it says cut, and I'm just going to change it to a lighter color. You'll see that there is a black line outlining the shape. This is where my Cricut is going to cut. If I change the color on the text, same thing. That black line is letting us know where your Cricut's blade is actually going to be tracing. So for this video, I want to put XOXO. I have a really cute font that I found. It's called Flirty, and it's by color of your shape or your text to a lighter color. I just go up to the top left-hand corner next to line type. You'll see it says cut, and I'm just going to change it to a lighter color. You'll see that there is a black line outlining the shape. This is where my Cricut is going to cut. If I change the color on the text, same thing. That black line is letting us know where your Cricut's blade is actually going to be tracing. So for this video, I want to put XOXO. I have a really cute font that I found. It's called Flirty, and it's by KA Font Designs. So I am just going over to the text tool and typing in the words that I want to have on my wood sign. Then I am going to select all and then go to the drop down in the top left-hand corner and type in the font that I'm looking for, which is a font called Flirty. And this font is really cool because it has two different styles depending on if it is uppercase or lowercase. So the uppercase design, actually this is the lowercase design, has these cute cutouts, but I want to alternate the way that it looks. So I'm just going to double click to bring up the text prompt, and I am going to do uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase. And then it just breaks it up. This is a special font. Not all fonts do this, but this is why I really like KA Font Design. She has some of the best fonts. So I like this, but the letters are a little bit too spread apart for my liking. So I am just going to click on my text and I am going to bring the letter spacing down a little bit. And now I need to resize it. So my wood sign is about 12 inches wide. However, your Cricut is not going to let you cut more than 11.5 inches. If you are using a larger mat, which is the 24-inch mat, it's not going to let you cut more than 19.5 inches. So there is a little bit of a cushion for your Cricut. So I am going to go ahead and put it at a width of 11, and everything else will get resized. If I wanted to add some additional text, like I could write "Be my Valentine" down here. If I wanted my wood sign to look like this, I would have to select both of these layers and attach them, because if I don't do that and I go to make my design, you'll see that it's not exactly centered, and I would have to apply this in two pieces. I really want this to be perfectly centered under the initial XOXO design. So I'm going to select by holding down my mouse and pulling my cursor over the two objects that I want to select, and I am going to go to Align, Center, just to make sure that it's neatly centered. And then I'm going to press attach. So now these two pieces of text are linked together and they are not going anywhere when I go ahead and press make it. So as you can see, where one goes, so does the other. But for my wood sign, I am going to detach because I really just want it to be simple and have this cute XOXO. Now I'm ready. I'm going to go to make it. Make sure that everything looks good. This is obviously an example of your mat, so it's just showing you where it is going to cut on your mat. So if you are not using a full piece of 12 by 12 vinyl or a large piece of a vinyl that you have from a roll, you want to make sure that you have at least 4 inches by 12 inches of vinyl. I always recommend giving yourself an extra inch for wiggle room. When you're ready, you're going to press continue. When your Cricut is connected, you're going to see that it says set base material, and this is where you will select the material for your Cricut. If you are using a Cricut Explorer Air 2 or an Explorer Air 1, you are going to manually select your setting on the dial of your Cricut. But since I have the maker, I just pick it right here. I'm using vinyl. And sometimes if you have different types of vinyl, you can make more or less pressure, but the default always works. Make sure that you have your fine point blade loaded. So here I am just loading my mat onto my rollers with my Cricut by pressing the arrows. And then when my Cricut is ready to go, I click on the flashing C and I let it do its thing. When my machine is done cutting, I unload the mat, and then I want you to watch as I flip the mat over and I remove the mat from the vinyl, not the other way around. Now I am just trimming down my piece and getting rid of the excess, and I am using my weeding tool to remove any of the excess vinyl that I do not want as a part of my design. Now I am cutting my transfer tape and I am going to apply it directly to my design. I get my scraper and I burnish it and make sure that it's really well adhered to the transfer tape. And then again, I trim it so it's easier to work with. I flip my design over and again, I pull the backing away from the transfer tape. It makes it much easier. And that is it. I just take my transfer tape, I apply it to the surface that I want the decal to go on, line it up, and then I get my scraper out and I again burnish it or scrape down really hard to make sure that it sticks well. And when I'm done, I pull away the transfer sheet at a sharp angle. This helps so that nothing sticks directly to the transfer tape. It kind of forces the decal to remove itself from the transfer tape. If it's stubborn, just push it back down and then scrape it again. Go slow, I was rushing a little bit here. And once you're done, that is it. There is no need to seal, there is no need to do anything else. You are good to go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you found this helpful, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. It just lets me know that you guys like what I'm doing. I know just how stressful it is to have a Cricut and have all of these ideas but not know how to execute them. So if you have any specific requests, don't hesitate to leave me a comment below. I will try to do as many requests as I possibly can. And you can always DM me on Instagram. I have helped many of my followers execute their projects and they have turned out amazing.